Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is. I want to officially open up the November 2nd, Division 3 of the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary, District 7 meeting to order. First, can I have a roll? Chief?
Adam Graver, I'm stationed here, operations. And I love these bagels. Yeah, I work for it this morning. Oh,
Irv Gilmar, 39 VFC.
Carolina Farmer, DB.
Tony Vienna, interpreter board red sheet. Private Hershey, C6 Florida.
And Ted?
Terry Frazier, 39, Secretary.
Bob Corbett, SOMT.
Back? Mr. Lee?
David Lee, 39.
No report.
Stacy Sherman, 39.
White.
Cynthia Zapata, Chicago, 35. About to be here, 39.
Yay. After I had Cindy on my boat once, we had a great time, and I said, we've got to come back. We can do, we can knock it out again, and maybe do OE with you, right? So I'm still holding you to that.
Yeah.
I'm still holding you to that. Good, welcome. First, I want to thank Barbara Russo. Barbara, thank you. Stand up. Thank you very much for providing the breakfast this morning. Thank you so much, and your people. On this side of the room, I think Jerry. Where's Jerry?
Right here.
Good.
Jerry Adam, 57 materials.
Sit down. Keeping it real, Gene. I love it. I love it.
Peter Page, 32, SOBA.
Anybody I forget or hasn't been called on?
Andrea Rutherford, ASC, for Second Miami.
And for 36.
Carlos.
Oh,
Leon,
thank you. Good to see you.
Carlos Arenas, communications and computer stuff.
CS, I like that. I think we should make a change. Instead of communication services, computer stuff. I like that. Okay. Very good. Okay, thank you all for attending. This is our last business meeting of the year. This is my last business meeting of the year as Division Commander.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I got applause. The jury's still out on that. I don't know. But, It's been a great 2 years. It really has been.
Roasting, not celebrating.
What?
Roasting, not celebrating.
Oh, roasting. Oh, sorry, I don't know. I'll leave that to everybody. Anyways, we'll start with the secretary's report.
As published,
Move to accept.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Okay, we have a motion on the floor to discuss for approval of the minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, good. Finance report.
okay. As of October 31st, or as of the last report, we had a beginning cash balance of $6,982.11. We took in $86 of dues that was due from the second quarter, and then we had expenses of $281.78 for change of watch, gifts, dues, and cards. And I just sent out the dues bills yesterday for the third quarter dues. I already got a check back from 3/9, thank you very much. And I expect the checks from 3/2, 3/6, and 3/8 to come in shortly. And our ending cash balance as of the 31st of October is $6,786.33. So I expect
Doubled our treasury in 2 years.
I
Doubled.
expect that we will end the year with about that much money in our treasury, depending on how much money the change of watch cost us. Speaking of the change of watch, I only had up until this morning 10 responses that I know of, 10 people coming. And I got a couple of checks this morning and some cash. I am accepting money for the change of watch today, or please either mail me a check or pay through Eventbrite. But we would like to see all of you at the change of watch. Oh, that 10 people didn't include Jerry and I, so I guess it was 12.
We'll have a lot of food to eat.
Yeah.
Now, that's on the agenda to discuss that. Thank you very much.
Any questions from anyone? Oh, since this is our last business meeting, I should say that please remember to set up your audit committees to go over your finances very early in January. The 7025 forms, and I will be sending out information on this towards the end of December to remind everybody, but remember they're due by February 1st. Please remember to get them in on time, because if you don't, there's a chance you will be audited, and you really don't want to do that. Because the audits generally go back 3 to 5 years. And if anybody has any questions about the 7025, if you have a new finance officer or any of that, please have them get a hold of me, and I will be more than happy to work with them to get the 7025 properly. Flotilla commanders, please remember that on the 7025s, there are 2 pages. There is the money page and there is the inventory page, and both pages must be completed and filled out and sent in. You can't send just the top page. Again, that is something else that will trigger an audit. So if there is any other questions, just let me know.
Thank you, Gil. Now, we have, I'm looking for a motion, entertain a motion to accept the finance report as delivered and file for audit.
Make a motion.
Made by Barnes, to accept,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Arenas. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much. Station Fort Lauderdale report, we'll start with BMC Graver.
Morning, everyone. Morning, everybody. I wish I made it here sooner, but we're only going like 22 knots. Better than 95, though.
Yeah, right.
Good to see everybody. CO's not here. He's went on a cruise. XO's in Milwaukee at a concert. So, you're it. Yeah, sorry.
You're it.
I don't take leave, so I appreciate it. No, it's good to be here, and turn of the year can't even flew by so fast. So looking forward to some events coming up for the holidays, and off another year. Great start.
then thank you for, on the behalf of the division, thank you for your personal support and the bridge for their support. So it's just been phenomenal.
Like I said, anybody needs anything on the liaison to the auxiliary, here at the station, the office chief, so many titles, but maybe I'll name you.
Yeah, just keep the name in a combo to have our slips.
Andrea, ASC report? District?
Yeah, a couple of things. One is every year we undertake the gap analysis, which is a way of identifying the different types of positions to better support the station. Both the chief and other things that go on in the station. And Rob does this ongoing. He's going to probably put a call out in January for different things that the station can use. The other thing is not such good news for the operations people. Last July, we put in a request for some personal protection equipment, PPE, and I found out just in October that that request was denied. And it was due not because of the request itself, but because of an accounting kind of an ambiguity in the accounting process that let the money that DivThree allocated to the auxiliary go straight into the Department of Prevention. Well, the Department of Prevention saw that sector and spent it as something would. So Oxlow and DivThree are aware of this now, and they have made a change in the accounting string. So money that is allocated to the auxiliary in 2020, once the CR is resolved, will go straight to the auxiliary and can only be spent by the auxiliary, which is really good news for us. Operations gets part of that money. CPR equipment gets a good portion of that money. Communications has requests in for antennas and equipment like that.
How much money are we talking about?
You know, I asked that question. I was talking to Commander Briggs, and twice I asked that question. How much? What's the budget for
They will not tell you.
And they look at each other and they ask another question.
Yep.
Very vague. They're not going to give me a straight answer. Once I hear from Oxlow what our allocation is, they will tell him, and he will tell me, and then
The Coast Guard took 22,000.
that's it. Thank you
Thank you.
Misallocated.
very much.
Bob, AUC?
Just piggyback off what Andrew said, besides the gap analysis and some of the positions that we have open for, current staff, empty spots at the station. We've identified just a couple of things, just more like admin work type positions that we might be able to pick some auxiliaries in there. So just stay tuned for being in here once I run past the command, make sure they're okay, and we'll kind of cascade the information out as it comes through. That's it, sir.
Thank you very much. Commodore Barth?
You know me, I've always got a few things to put out here. First of all, it's great being back down here. It's amazing some of the changes they've had at the station since the last time I was down. The galley here and everything else. Whether or not you know it, District 7 auxiliary makes up about 20% of the entire auxiliary, one district. So we're really quite large, and a lot of people have no idea just how much we have to put up with insofar as personnel issues and everything else. The new aux data, the contract has been let. They are actively working on that, and they hope to have it sometime next coming year in 2020, where it's going to be up and running. There's going to be a lot of testing done until all the bugs are ironed out of it. They're going to keep both systems. Right now, if you're doing inputting or you're using aux data, you know there's a lot of problems with the current system. You keep getting kicked off, and you watch it sit there for about 15, 20 minutes, watch the little circle go. That's just inherent with some of the problems right now because they don't want to put a lot more money into that system since they're going to be doing away with it. We've had a lot of problems also with injuries and different things, accidents. Not just here that's coming back to bite us, but there's another accident that happened up in another district where the coxswain ran into a bridge during the daylight hours, and if anybody was at D-Train, he tested .26.
That's enough to get 3 of them drunk.
That's over 3 times the legal limit. This was during daylight hours. Everybody that was on the boat knew about him, knew about his drinking problem. One of the people on there was a certified QE. None of them did anything about it. So we're working on a thing. We're working similar to what our aux air program has, because they've got an excellent safety record, and the fact that there's a culture of safety. We're not looking at just specifically at operations, but even food service, a lot of other things. So we're going to have a committee get together and work on this, trying to make everybody more aware of the safety features. For those that don't know it, yesterday at Stewart Air Show, there was a crash of an aircraft. That person was an auxiliary member out of 1 South, District 1 Southern. He was in Flotilla 1020. So, you know, it does get kind of close to home. It was not an auxiliary related incident, but the person was a member of the auxiliary. C schools for next year, going to be funding's cut 75%. Yeah, Coast Guard's cutting back a lot of funding right now, so be aware of that. Gail talked about the 70-25s. When you do your audit committees, the flotilla commander outgoing should not be on the audit committee, should be there available to answer questions, but should not be a part of the committee themselves, because he's going to look at his own things for whether or not he signed off on it. Same thing with the finance officer. Should be there. You need an independent audit committee. Why is this such an important thing? We've had so many dealings, not just within District 7, but within the auxiliary pertaining to finances. As most people know, we had one particular flotilla that a person in the auxiliary cleaned out for $18,000. Took every bit of money that was in that flotilla. That's another reason why you cannot have a flotilla commander, a flotilla vice commander, or division commander or vice serve as a finance officer or materials officer. Materials officer, you need to get that information on the back of that also. The list for new TCT refresher, RNTCD refreshers has been approved by DivThree, and if you send anybody in, they should be in the system now. If you sent somebody in whose name you sent in, check it to make certain they're in. If not, let us know and we'll get it corrected. There has been a couple of omissions, but they have been placed in there. Members will not be eligible for elected or appointed officers if you have not completed the RM intro, risk management introductory course. There's been plenty of time to get this done. If they haven't got it done, you cannot be elected or appointed. I have 2 district staff officers right now who, at the beginning of the year, will lose their positions because they haven't spent that 90 minutes to do it. If they don't have the 90 minutes to spend for that, I don't see how they're going to do time for their other job anyway. So I don't have much sympathy on that. Recruiting and retention is our #1 goal for the national and for district. And this year, we've done a great job. We recruited an additional 322 new members. That sounds really good, except we lost. What did we lost? I'm sorry. Your division ended up with a net gain of 9 people. We're up at 322 now. And the district, we have a net gain of 43. We're up over 300 and some people for the district. But this time of year, we always lose people, but we'll get them back again as we go through. That's the first year we've actually gone up instead of going down in the last several years. The new Coast Watch is doing very good with the new process on vetting members. If a member comes in, and usually within 2 weeks, they should have a number. If there's a problem with that, and it's taking longer than expected, there may be a problem with what has come back to the director's office. If there's a problem, the letter is sent to the member to explain. The director is the one that has to adjudicate them, find out whether or not they can still join the auxiliary. We have one person, one flotilla up in the northern area. We can't find out when they went through his package. They tried to put in an aux data that says you cannot put this person in. He's been a prior member. We're trying to do background. We can't find anything on this guy. So we can't always come up with why. Everbridge. We're having a test pilot project going to be going to get it back down to the flotilla level. We had the best results ever when it was put out by the flotilla commanders and handled by the flotilla commanders. And we're working on a test project on that now, and we'll hopefully, if the results go properly, we'll get it done. Uniforms. There's a big movement afoot to get us out of the uniform by the active duty high up in Washington. It's not rumor, it's fact. If we don't clean up our act, we're going to lose it. I don't know about you, but I don't like that idea. Why is that? Because we're disrespecting the uniform, we're not wearing it properly. You still see people running around with Dickies on instead of regular uniform trousers. You can see stuff hanging off their belts, hair standards, beards. Anybody look at the recent issue of the Navigator that came out? You see anything wrong with it? Number one, it came out in 2019, the date said 2018.
Yep.
You open the first cover page, what was the guy's beard? About that thick. Men's beards, hairstyles on men and women, jewelry, earrings, all these things are being looked at. So look over the uniform guidelines and make certain you're in compliance.
Mr. Antorcha, make sure you're in compliance. You're here a little too long.
But go over these things again. They are actively looking at trying to get us out of the uniform, especially the ODUs. That's the biggest one. So if we don't clean up our own act, we'll lose it. Plain and simple. Go into the job skills bank and see what you have. Go into the Ox directory, see what's in your job skills. Update that information. It hasn't been updated by a lot of people. Look at who your emergency contact is. Your emergency contact in Ox Data should be someone other than your spouse. Why is that? We already have your spouse's information in the directory. If something happens to you, we know who your spouse is. If something happens to you and your spouse, who do we contact? Most people don't think about that. Who do we contact then? So go in there and make that certain that's taken care of. Orange you have found stickers. There's been some problems with those. We're not giving those by the Coast Guard routinely. They have to get a grant to have those made. I've seen people putting them on their luggage, everything else. So please be judicious in using those. Only give those out when you do a paddlecraft inspection. We recently just sent out a thing about core training. Bob got that information. We're coming on that 5-year mark. I've already redone mine. There's only 5 courses you have to redo. We've only got 9 weeks for a lot of people to get that done. Otherwise, you're going to do everything into REYR. Everything. And you didn't. I don't think you had too many in.
And everything's been sent out
Okay. Yeah.
many times.
So it's when this came out recently, it sent out the list on each one of the different items. Our new Admiral is Rear Admiral Eric Jones. He's very Ox friendly. His parents were auxiliaries. If you haven't met our new director, John Briggs, Commander, he's great. He's an aviator out of Alaska. And the new OTO, Ghost Haley Brown, H-A-I-L-I-E. It is a male. Excellent guy. He was a detailer for BOSAs out of Washington. So that was great. If you didn't make it to D-Train, you missed a great event. A lot of good training. They are doing training online now. We did have an election. Did you know anybody that ran for anything?
No.
Bob, of course, was elected as the new DCAP East. We're going to have him working next year.
Vacation's over.
Vacation's over. He was already asked me, should I start working on stuff? I said, yes. So he has already been working on things. Even when he was on his cruise, he actually did some work for us. Make certain you follow your chain of leadership and management awards. Start working on those. I don't see David here today, but we're also losing 2 of our awards writers. If anybody would like to work on that awards writing team, please let me know or let your division commander know so we can get some work. We're going to lose about half the team right now. Ooh. Yeah, so we've got 4 people. We're going to lose 2 out of 4. So David Scott, who's our district awards coordinator, kind of heads the team up, and we're going to be looking for more awards writers. So if you're good at writing awards, let us know and we'll work on it. There's been a new thing approved, and that's called a Unit Pride ball cap. These are those for District 7. Before I had these made, we first of all did this at District 5-7. They had D5-7 put on there. And I said, I don't like that. Let's put District 7 auxiliary. Under the auxiliary there. If you want to buy any of these, I have some of them here. They're $25 a piece. They can be worn with the ODUs. They are legit. They've been authorized by the Commandant and also by the Chief Director. I'm out of large. All I have are medium and extra large today. I just put in another order for some more of them. So if you are interested in it, let us know. They are a uniform item. People say, can I wear them elsewhere? No, because it's a uniform item. It's the same as a regular ODU ball cap. I also asked before we order them, can we get them with like the divisions, the flotillas? The word came back, no, only districts. That's why I went ahead and ordered some. So that's the thing on that. Just a couple other things real quick here. Besides what you're looking for people to help here, if anybody's interested in working at the director's office downtown, he's looking for people that would like to help out with some administrative work, but he needs people who are going to be there You can say, I can come in every Tuesday from 8 till noon. They're even talking about getting you paid for your parking down there. So if you can do that, let Bob know, and he'll get back up to me. They need a lot of help down there. For the largest district, we have 2 civilians, 1 yeoman, and a storekeeper that we pay for. It's not a billeted position. It's paid for out of the director's money that they could be using for us. A lot of other districts have, not even half our size, they have a director, the OTO, 2 civilians, storekeeper, and a yeoman. We have the yeoman, we don't have a storekeeper. We pay for that. And then what they're doing by combining some districts, giving them one DivThree, but they're still getting 2 OTOs and 2 office staffs. So that's one of those things where if we get any help, we appreciate it. Just to mention a few of the people that's been around here for a while, this got kind of like Division 3 superstars and some on Bob. Flotilla 3-2, Richard Flowers here. Anyway, 32 hours airborne this year. Peter Page, Peter here.
Right there.
132 hours public affairs, thank you. Flotilla 3-4, I don't know whether Andrew's here. Oh, there's Andrew. 102 hours Coast Guard Ops support. Carlos Arenos, Carlos, you're here. 112 hours PA. Richard Braswell, let's see the chaplain here. He's got 143 hours of Coast Guard support.
Hey.
Bill Hanlon, 289 hours Coast Guard Ops support. Allison McManus, 123 hours Coast Guard operational support. Cynthia Torcia, is that correct? Am I close?
Tracy and Torcia or Cindy Woodson?
Well, which one's, well, I thought it was, I think it's, I may have the wrong name. Who's done the 147 hours of PA and 83 program visits?
Tracy and
Tracy.
Georgia.
Tracy, okay. And Richard has 155 hours in PA. Thank you. Paul Greenbaum, 107 hours underway on patrol. Bob Etheridge, 275 hours Coast Guard operational support. David Lee's here, correct? I think you're hiding in the back. 234 hours Coast Guard operations. This division has done a lot in the last 2 years. Keep up the great job that's been done. Thank you for everything you're doing and appreciate it. If there's any questions you have that I might try to answer for you, Jeff?
So I know that USGCaux just came out there.
Yeah, we're going to be developing the policy on that for D7. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done on that before you can actually get involved. There's a whole bunch of training you have to go through online and elsewhere. And right now there's only 2 positions listed for that. One is a DSO and one is an SO. And we just got that out. We still don't have the full thing out from the Chief Director's office on that. But we will be getting with it. So right at the moment, don't get started on it. You've got to get a little more guidance on it. We've got to make certain we've got the right people in. There's so many things you have to jump through on hoops. Make certain you have certain training before you can work with any of these kids. Anything else? It's a great program, don't get me wrong. And they've been saying it's going to come out. We didn't do a whole lot because it's been over a year since they did it. Any other questions? If not, thank you.
Thank you. George, you're not finished because next on the agenda is our elections, and I've asked Commodore Bart to preside over the elections because all of your checks bounced. So, I'm sorry about that. So, Commodore, can you please preside over the division elections?
Certainly will. Okay, if you'll bear with me, there's a few things here we have to go through. Okay, number 1. Ask the Secretary of Records, is there a quorum of eligible voters present?
Yes, there is.
Thank you. Please make note of that in your minutes. There are some regulations governing this election. Each division board member shall have 1 vote. Proxy and absentee voting are not permitted. The election will be by secret written ballot, even if there's only 1 candidate for the office. That's under the Standing Rule 6.9. A candidate must receive a majority vote of those present to be elected. The election for division commander will take place first. The election for division vice commander will then take place. I understand there's already been a 3-person teller committee appointed.
Don't know right now.
Oh, they didn't know. Okay. Gene Kane,
Yeah.
you're on the committee for tellers. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah.
Cindy Whitsom,
Yes.
you're on the committee, and BMC Adam Brett.
Where'd it go?
He went
He didn't want to be on the
outside.
committee.
What?
He went to
Oh,
galley.
thank you, Peter Page will be on the teller committee. Thank you, Peter.
BMC will be the head teller.
No, well, he's not here, so we'll have Peter on the committee.
Okay.
Peter on the committee, but is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
I think they said he would be
He
here.
went in there, he went in
Ah,
there
sure.
and quieted it down.
Ordered out with the original manner.
Hey, Cindy, welcome.
Sorry, Peter.
Congratulations,
Hey.
Chief. You're the head of the teller committee on the elections.
Yeah, you did this before. Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't got anything going yet.
Prepare the ballots. Everybody gets, no, just,
No,
what's that?
Okay, place the names in nomination. Announce the names of the candidates who have submitted those. Who was on the screening committee?
I was
Okay, and who are the candidates and what positions?
for division commander. There are 2 names were submitted. Jeffrey Barnes of 3-8, fully qualified. Brett Rabowski, 3-9, fully qualified. Although Brett has withdrawn his name via an email we all received earlier.
Thank you. Who's for division vice?
Division Vice, Mark Brody, 3-9, fully qualified.
Thank you. The screening committee is now dismissed, if you'll notice that in your minutes also.
Yes,
Thank you for your service
you're welcome.
and yours.
You're welcome.
Okay, the floor is now open for nominations. Are any nominations from the floor for division commander? We might have to ask this once, not 3 times like we used to. Hearing none, I'd ask for a motion to close the nominations.
Motion made.
Is there a second to that motion? Second and closed. Nominations are hereby closed. Having heard no nominations. Okay, that passed. So, standing rule 6.7 requires the person making the nomination. Never mind. That's we don't have to do that. So many of these things you got to follow the law. Okay, voting for the office of division commander. Jeff Barnes is our candidate, and with all those eligible, that would be all flotilla commanders or any vices here who are standing in for the flotilla commanders.
With 1 IPFC.
Okay, how many? Let's see how many by show of hands. How many people we have? Let's can vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people. So that means it takes at least 4 people to win the election.
Hey, you raise your hand. Should be 8. It should be 8.
8.
Include
Okay.
yourself.
Huh?
Include yourself.
Yeah, 8. Okay, so you got to get. So 8 means you're going to have 5 people to win.
8.
Now, you'll pass out, you hold your hands up, those people eligible to vote, hold your hands up, and they'll pass out a ballot.
Oh, shit, wait a minute. Should have told you.
The question is, why is it that this happens when there's only one person running? That person still has to get the majority of the vote.
Yeah, she has more.
That's why we don't do it by the acclamation.
Adam,
I'll take one.
Then if the teller committee will go with the chief to count the votes. Chief, here is an envelope. You can write these. Put the ballots in there once they're counted.
I get 8 total.
You should have 8 ballots. I don't think this will take too long to count these.
One fold is enough.
So if the teller committee goes with the chief, go inside here and count the votes. Let's see who's on the teller committee.
Sorry, Peter.
It's just a matter of, I like it though, you don't have to go through it 3 times like you used to.
Three rounds of violence.
Yeah. You didn't have that happen when you're DivThree. You got a rich boy.